How did we all do on Super 6 over the weekend?
Terribly.
Same. I really should have just predicted the fact that City would have trumped Newcastle.
Yeah.
I'm a bit annoyed about that one.
Already not as good as I remember being in the past.
Yeah, but I changed it last minute. I actually did have City to win, and then I swapped it.
I did pretty beast mode.
I got 4
You did
points.
beast mode?
I got 6 points.
That's not beast
I
mode.
got 2.
Better than Reeve and you.
By the way, in the Champions League midweek, it turns out I did put it on. I got 11 in that.
What did you get this week?
What?
5.
Oh, so beast mode is winning the
So I'm
week,
getting beast mode
isn't it,
on the
really?
way
No,
back
he's not.
into
So-
the beast modus.
For the month so far in our league,
I think I know who's
Oh,
winning
wow.
this.
I think Theo's in head.
Yeah, Theo's first with 28. I'm second, 22. Tom third with 20, and Lewis catching it with 16.
Lewis is 11 points. He's got him
a
back.
huge week, you know.
Kind of
beast
mad
mode.
that, Lou, you haven't played, 2 weeks less than Tom?
Yeah.
And you're only 4 points behind him.
No, he has played. He played 1 and got 0.
Yeah, it was just awesome sauce. Yeah.
He's so
Well, the good news
buzzing
is,
to try
boys,
and
it's
get
rolled
me.
over now to £1 million on the weekend with the midweek round as well in Champions League. So that's
Yeah.
pretty beast mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't lose to me, though, lads. That would be doubly embarrassing.
Why would it?
No,
Apparently, I don't know anything about anything, so.
Oh my god!
Oh, he's
If you're wondering why Theo's been sassy here, go over to the Pitch Side podcast.
Prediction-wise, you're pretty good. You do the weird,
you're
cool,
such
crazy
a
kittens
bunny.
kind of vibe and get it correct, don't you?
Crazy kittens.
But shall we
cool
talk
cats
about
and
Man
kittens.
United?
Yeah, I mean, if we have to, they are unbelievably bad.
Now,
but-
Tom, about 5 minutes ago, you just said something. You said that Man United have actually got worse under Amarin. Do you believe your statement?
I mean, clearly, based on their league position, they have, haven't they?
I know what you're going to do here.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Is it?
Because up until now, you've said actually they've got better under Amarin.
I said they initially improved under him.
No.
I did
Don't
say
you
that. I
start
said to
that.
begin with, they
Sounds
improved
like you're
under
really
him.
backtracking
No,
everything.
stop.
you're saying.
By the way,
Sounds
don't
like
you
it-
let him-
Sounds awfully like a contradiction, actually.
Don't let him water it down saying you were hammering down
I did-
on the weeks.
oh, yeah,
do you
every
not think they look
time
better? Do you not
I
think the way
said
they play,
they've
the way
got
they do
worse.
this, the way they
Look,
do that?
every time I said
Do
they
you
got
not think
worse.
they did initially
No!
for the first few weeks?
They look
Every time I
shit.
said, just because you have a style of play doesn't mean you're better. Every time I said they got worse and they're shit, you go, no, they're not. They're just not. They are. They're
I
great.
would
They're great.
like to,
And now you finally admitted it.
Are they
So
gonna
it's
finish above
awesome, man.
Forest?
Also, they weren't that shit
Are they gonna
yesterday.
finish above Forest?
They missed
Oh,
about
mate.
3 sitters.
Mate, they are garbage.
Yeah, both teams
The
are really bad.
15th?
I'm sorry, anyone that tells me
I
that
don't
it
think they
wasn't
were
one of the
that
worst
bad.
standards of football this season is just a liar.
You know, they're 13 shots on target yesterday.
Based
And
on the
it ended
chances, they
1-0.
probably should have won.
Who
Shouldn't they?
fucking
Yeah,
get-
Vicari
who-
made some good saves.
You said they were going to finish above Forest because the better
won't-
team.
Yeah,
always
I'd like
finishes
to. I'd
better.
like to revise my opinion on that.
They still might.
Forest definitely will finish
Mate,
above
have you
Manchester
seen
United
this?
The
this
Forest
season.
downfall
a shot on
started,
target for me,
mate.
do you know what I mean? Like, it was just crap, though. They were just
Oh no,
shit.
but okay. Well, if you
Like, Bruno couldn't pass. He
yeah,
kept slipping
a
over.
shot on target doesn't necessarily mean that it.
No, but Garnacho
Dictates
should have
to go
scored.
in.
Xerxes should have scored.
But-
and Vicario made a brilliant save.
But yeah, it was about 25 shots to 22 shots
But
the
in
entire game.
the
There's-
overall game in terms of who controlled it,
Quality
Spurs
was
were
poor.
better. But
But in the standard of football was just
Yeah, it was.
awful,
It was a
just
really
awful.
poor game in terms of upper echelons of quality. You know, we watched like a
Such
Man City
terrible
Liverpool.
quality.
You go, what the fuck? This quality is unreal.
they are two
Exact
depleted
reverse.
teams, aren't they?
Would you agree with that statement, though?
What?
It was a poor quality game.
It wasn't great, yeah.
Oh.
It was fun. It was entertaining, but it
What were you
wasn't a
saying
good
on
quality
stream?
game.
You said it was I know you're obsessed with trying to like get a gotcha moment just because you rattled about Ronaldo. What I said on stream was,
not rattled.
you said it's the worst quality game I've seen all season. I said I don't agree with that. There's been worse games than that, and we named a couple.
I said it was one of the worst.
You didn't. You said it's the worst.
It was pretty poor quality,
Which again is fine. That's your opinion. I didn't agree with that.
but you do now.
No, I don't. Are you deaf or thick? I don't know which one it is.
No need to be rude.
That's a catchphrase.
I
Yeah, that is true. That
I
is true.
say one thing and you
It's a
go, well, this is what
catchphrase.
you've just said, and that's not what I said.
It's been a few today.
Yeah,
He
no,
likes
need to call me
someone,
deaf or-
doesn't he?
no
Yeah.
need to attack me personally there.
All right, sorry.
Tom, why are
yeah.
you rattled?
Why are you getting so angry over a footballing opinion?
Vicario's a big return for the
He was good
team, though. They look way better with him in
He's
goal.
safer, any than old Kinski-Winsky.
He'll be
Yeah.
good. He's just a bit young. Kimsky.
Yeah, I think they're both really good keepers. Obviously, having that instead of Fraser Forster's a lot of.
Amaron came out and said, "My job is so hard here."
Yeah.
Is Man United breaking him already?
Well,
That's kind of sad, isn't it?
Well, they should have-
in,
Being
the
an
last, in the
actual
last 2 months, he
court.
said, "My job is so hard here, and this is the worst football."
Yeah,
Well,
other than his bank account being drastically
improved.
Yeah, I feel kind of sorry for him. He's been thrown in the deep end, and
He's
the
doing shit.
systematic.
I don't feel sorry for him.
He doesn't
at
get
all.
me feeling sorry for. After,
Think about how well he was doing at Sporting.
Yeah, that's his
At
own fault,
Listen,
then.
he chose to.
I said other than the bank account.
No, he chose to leave and go into that
Mate,
mess.
since he's taken
Yeah,
over
but
Man United.
he didn't know. He didn't necessarily know how much fucking shit there actually
he
was.
Well,
got
that's
a
his
lot.
own
I think
ignorance,
he knew
though.
it was going to be a task.
That's
Yeah,
his-
he knew
Every
it was gonna be-
manager
he knew-
since Fergie's had the same shit. Like he must have known.
That's his
Ronaldo called it
naivety.
2
You
years
can't
ago.
just think.
No, I reckon they go, come here. They lure you in the carrot. They go, come,
Yeah,
come.
and
And they go,
everyone-
oh, this seems okay. And then they chop the manager off with their head afterwards and go, another one to the
but
mill.
obviously, as men, as sporting men, they all have egos, and
Sporting men.
they all think, oh, it's like when girls like find a bad boy, they're
Yeah,
like,
but
I
they-
can change him,
yeah.
I can fix him. It's kind of happening.
In the 14 games that he's been in charge of Man United, they rank 16th in the Premier League table.
Yeah. Well, they're 15th in the table.
Yeah, no.
What is that stat? Like, what the fuck is that?
Because Ten Hag was also manager this season. So in the
Yeah, I know,
14
but-
games he's been in charge,
Yeah, so
he'd
he's
be
got-
16th in the Premier League table.
So he's
They
made them.
improved them by one position.
No, he's actually took them down.
No, down
Ten
one
Hag's
position.
pulling them up. It's pretty beast
I
mode.
think that's a pretty pointless stat, though, if I'm honest, because Arsenal are top of that.
But what do we need to discuss, though? We need to discuss, obviously, Anthony and
Yeah,
Rashford.
you didn't notice that, did you?
Like,
I should've
Rashford
cropped it.
is playing better at Villa.
Anthony's now the
Anthony's
best player in the
turning-
world.
Yeah, best player in the world.
Is there a curse? Is there a curse around Manchester United just being at that club?
As I said just now, Ronaldo did call this 2 years ago.
Fucking hell.
Oh, proud.
God.
All
thing is,
I
though,
got to say is the R word, and you go, oh,
They can't talk about like injuries as a problem because they've just let
They
two
can.
good players go.
They can a
they
bit,
can a
though.
little bit.
I
They
know,
had
but
no
you've
subs.
just got rid of two players and not replaced them. It's like
No,
well,
no, I agree with what
are
you're
you doing?
saying.
Is
they're-
Lewis Bowden blowing the injury whistle?
Did you see?
No,
wait,
I'm saying they
had-
shouldn't.
you know-
It's like having an injury crisis and then offload. Yeah, you have some bad injuries. Yeah,
They
Yeah.
do
Oh,
have
let's
an
loan-
injury
Okay, yeah.
crisis.
So they knew they had injuries. They're like, okay, let's loan out two players and get no one
No,
back.
no.
What the fuck are you
No,
doing?
no. That's
Diallo's
also
got
not
injured,
fair.
hasn't he?
Diallo's
That's not
out
the
for
only
season.
difference maker. They still had 8
He's
youth
been their best player
players
this
on the bench.
season, so he is actually a difference maker. Let's like.
They
No,
also
no. What I'm
defend
saying
him a
is they
little
still
bit.
had 8
Lewis, they lost-
youth
they lost-
players on the bench.
Mainu, they lost. Mainu, they lost
in a week.
So why are you loaning out two?
They happened after the loan.
You can't predict the future.
Since.
You can't predict
Nah,
the future,
nah, I
mate. That's
wasn't.
ridiculous.
They
That's
lost
saying you
4
can't get rid of
first-
players just in case next week some motherfucker
They
breaks
loaned
his
2
leg.
players out and lost 4 first-team players instantly.
I don't think that's how it went.
It's
That is
exactly
definitely how it went.
I'm pretty
Kobe
sure it
Mainu
did. I'm pretty
injured
sure.
after the transfer window ended. Ahmad injured after the transfer
2.
window ended.
Ugarte
injured after the transfer
Nah.
window ended.
Euro.
I don't know when that. Yeah, probably as well.
No, you
That's
just
what
guessed
you
it.
played last week.
They had 12 first-team players.
Don't loan two out then.
Oh
It's
my
all
God!
over
What
with.
are you getting?
I'm saying, despite this, lads, they don't have many senior players, and they've just got rid of Rashford and Anthony and not replaced it, even with or without injuries. Letting 2 senior players leave the team.
But do you not think
when
as
you
well-
have a
but-
shortage
Rod,
in
that
general
isn't-
of
that
as
Isn't
a
Amorim's fault,
forwards?
though, is it?
Yeah.
That's not Amorim's fault.
But
I'm
also
sure
the
he has a
reason
little
behind
bit
them,
of
they were
a say. Is he
letting
just
2
a
bad
bitch
eggs
or
out.
something?
I
No,
think, weren't
just
they?
stand up and say fucking.
I think they would have tried to sign players.
Now because Anthony's scoring fucking scissor kicks in La Liga,
I said I won about
you're
Newcastle.
saying
I said I
they
wanted
should have
him.
kept the worst ever signing in Premier League history.
you're not
'cause
gonna
you've
replace
called
him,
that.
yes.
You've said he's the worst signing ever in the
I
Prem.
also said I wanted us to sign him.
Yeah, but now you're saying he's the problem solver at Manchester United. Which one is
I
it?
never said problem solver.
You just said
I'm just saying if you're going to let two.
You've just said don't loan him out.
No, I didn't say problem solver. I'm saying if you have a shortage of forwards and you loan 2 out, maybe get 1 back at least. Well, that's not fucking crazy to say. It's just fucking
Well, so you got
idiotic.
recall- they
of
got
them.
Right,
Recall
so
Rashford
recall
from them.
Anthony.
It is
Recall
idiotic.
Anthony
Yeah,
after he
recall
scored
Rashford
2
straight
goals.
away.
It's idiotic.
I'm pretty sure that they would have got rid of Rashford and Anthony on the basis of they were going to try and bring players in. They failed. That isn't Amorim's fault, is it? He probably would have been told, or he probably told them, I want rid of Rashford because of all the stuff
You're
that's
just
gone
guessing.
on.
Were you in
And
the
Anthony
meetings?
because he's shite. And then...
And you don't need to because Ahmad's one of their best performing players in the league.
I think there would have
Well, that
been...
naivety has landed them where they are now.
Like, weren't they...
What?
linked-
Okay,
in the same way
see-
where Arsenal's been landed there by naivety.
Yeah, no, I get
you
what
can't
your
just.
po- yeah, I get your point.
Absolutely, but also you can't necessarily predict the future though.
Clearly-
Loaning out,
yeah, no,
loaning
we
out
have to
Anthony
prepare
because
for it.
Ahmad
You
is
can't go
playing
into
really
no.
well.
You can't
isn't
progress
Amarim's
until
fault.
no, you can't progress in the last 6 months and a season you're struggling with the naivety of not expecting an injury. You have to have the depth, otherwise you end up like Arsenal, end up like Man United right now.
You just won 2-0
Yeah, that
against
is,
Barca.
you can't just say they didn't expect injuries. That is their
You-
fault. They
you-
should plan
No, this is
ahead
not
to be
this
able
is-
to cope for it.
I'll draw a line on this because this is not fair. You've used the exact reverse argument for when Newcastle applies. So that's not.
We
you
are
always go,
completely
"Well, we're just
restricted
playing
in
with injuries,
completely
man.
different
we
ways."
can't bring anyone in. We're
So
playing with
United,
injuries.
they're really close on PSR. They're really close to it because they've lost like 300 million.
And by the way, that was a bit like we should have done more business. I don't disagree with that. We definitely should have.
No, but
we
you
were
play the
we had
card
an
of like,
awful
oh my god,
season.
we're so unlucky. We've got loads of injuries. Like we're not playing as well as. Yeah, it happens to football clubs. It does. It's not their fault. It's not the manager's fault that it
It's not
happens.
quite
Oh
rare
my
to lose
God.
4
Yeah,
first team
4
players
in a week is a lot.
That's quite rare.
Like, I'm sorry, but like you keep changing your stance on this injury.
I don't,
Because when I was saying
not.
injuries for Newcastle, you're like,
Also-
oh, injuries,
also,
crack on with it, blah, blah, blah.
No, we agree.
So
we
you
agree they should have strengthened and got more depth, but 4 first team player injuries in a week is
And
a
also,
lot.
we're forgetting that the players that are injured aren't, other than Diallo, like their attack is pretty much there. They've got Garnacho, Xerxes, Hoyland, and they did have Diallo. That's 4 attackers.
And Bruno was able to play
and they're
further
but
forward because
the
they've-
2 they let go were the attackers that were surplus to a requirement
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
It's more of like the
Rashford
midfield.
wasn't
and
even in the squads.
No, exactly. It's the midfield and defence that have been ravaged.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like this thing, if you're performing so badly, and I understand you're trying to stick to a certain way of playing,
Just explained why.
you maybe should have kept Rashford. You're saying he's surplus. He's went to Aston Villa and started looking very good. Maybe you should put your
he
ego
was
aside.
deeper than
Anthony.
football, wasn't it?
So is Anthony.
You told him to go to Milan 2 weeks ago.
I'm saying
How's that?
I'm saying Rashford for his own good should have went. I'm saying Amorim. I think he's went in and he's risked it trying to be this assertive manager, but it's clearly backfired because they fucking need him. They need Rashford.
No
it's all
one
well
was
and-
saying that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think
Including you.
everyone's
But
always
you don't
knew
think
that
the
Rashford has the
narrative-
quality
the
that they
reason why
need.
Rashford's now playing good is because he's at Villa and not at Man
Yeah,
United.
exactly.
He's away
No,
from
I don't think we can
the,
say he's
the
had a
Man
good
United
game.
scrutiny. and
It's definitely helps. It's a
The scrutiny is
much
a lot less.
pressure on, and also he's coming off the bench when
a bit more freedom, I guess.
Yeah,
as well.
he came on when like Villa were chasing the game. It was a freer role. He didn't have to do much defending. It was. Let's relax on Rashford. He's had 2 decent.
Same with Anthony as
he's
well.
let's
He's playing in a
relax.
different league.
Yeah.
He's a league much more suited to him, to be honest. Like
give him time.
yeah, exactly. Less what's the
Then
word?
the
Powerful.
Well, no, the pressure of like having to make a decision takes less time.
But La
in
Liga is
Premier
less
League.
aggressive than the
Yeah,
Premier League
yeah,
as well,
yeah.
which suits Anthony.
It's just more suited to his play style, I think.
Yeah.
But also, let's not forget, like, although we laugh and go, Anthony's the worst. He was still signed for 100 million. He was still good at Ajax. He's still he plays for Brazil. He's not a bad footballer,
That's
is
mad
he? Like,
though, isn't
he
it?
can't be a bad footballer. Like, that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
Beast mode.
It's same with Rashford. We all know they've got the talent, but obviously it just didn't work. You know, it's what Amorim meant to do. Just keep these deadwood players like they've done for the last 6-7 years. Harry Maguire's still, like, don't get me wrong, Harry Maguire's still a good
the
player.
best centre-back.
No, I know, but Harry Maguire still starts for Man United. Like, that's an issue in itself, isn't it? Really, for a team who wants to be back challenging in the top 4, like.
But also,
they've got
they
players
tried.
there who just hang on and Lindelof was on the bench. Lindelof.
It's kind of mad that they do try. It's not like they don't. He's a weirdo because like they signed Varane, and he's now retired. He's young still. Like, do you know what I mean?
Casemiro's starting in midfield.
But when Varane
like-
signed for Real Madrid, he was arguably one of the best centre backs in the world. And then he just
He come through their academy, didn't he?
what?
When he signed for Real Madrid, didn't Varane come through the academy?
No, I'm saying when Man United signed him from Real Madrid.
No, he weren't one
I
of
think
them.
Real
He was
Madrid were
definitely,
just. I
definitely
think
like,
Real
he was,
Madrid
it's
was
still
just
Rafael
clever
Varane,
with that,
you know what I
though,
mean? But
weren't
they seem to have this habit of just
think
players
they-
not clicking and just making them worse.
They just did one over on them though. They must have seen like them losing a yard here and there. And they just
Casemiro
sold them
and
at the
Varane,
best
yeah,
time.
They was laughing
like,
they were pissing their pants.
they,
and they sold
they
them.
creased
Yeah.
themselves. They're like, ha.
That was pretty beast mode from Real Madrid.
They went beast mode on that one.
Anyway,
Well, we're going to go beast mode on this week's Super 6 for £1 million.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even address
I'm
the
actually
whole
gonna win.
Roy Keane Maddison kerfuffle,
Did you see his
did we?
TikTok?
Madison.
Madison's TikTok, yeah.
No, what is it? It was a bullseye.
It was like Roy Keane's speech and then him scoring and doing
are you not? How do you feel about this?
bit banner.
What?
They've won the
what
game.
pundits
he's
giving it back
scored.
to?
I
like
don't think
it.
he would have done it if they didn't win the game or drew, obviously.
Not-
I think why if someone's giving you stick, why
Did he
should
give
you,
him stick?
He did,
Yeah,
sort of,
yeah,
he did
yeah.
take the piss out of him. It's like, oh, what? Madison's back. What are you going to do?
I think it was
Wasn't
just a laugh that he did. I don't know about the TikTok. You should just let us enjoy it watching the telly.
I do think
Like, why not? If someone's coming after
because
you,
then
why
he
not
came
give it
out.
back?
Then he came out after and he was like, "I want to let my football do the talking," but he hasn't let the football do the talking. He's talking in an interview. He's posting TikToks. Spurs are 12th.
No, I know. But I
He scored a tap in. Okay, fair enough. He scored and he's the match winner. Great. He scored a tap in, got subbed because he didn't play that great, Maddison. And just because Roy Keane said, "What? So what? Maddison's coming back. Is he really different?" I think it would have been better if Maddison just scored the goal, did the match winner, did his celebration, didn't say anything. I think that's letting
He's
your football do the talking.
he's put a bit more pressure on himself now. Because if he starts being shit.
Next week, if Spurs go and lose 4-0 and he has a stinker, Roy Keane. By the way, Roy Keane, one of the best midfielders ever in the Prem, won how many league titles? I think he's probably entitled. What?
I was saying you love Roy Keane.
I do love Roy Keane.
Yeah.
And I do think it was probably a bit unprovoked from Keane to say that, but I think he's entitled to his opinion. Like,
I think it's one of them. You know what it could be? Also,
now,
Maddison might look up to Roy Keane.
Possibly, he might have.
He might have actually just like cut a bit deep.
Yeah. And I even think just the goal and the celebration would have been fine. But you're now posting TikToks after the game when your team is in a fucking
Could be a social media team. I know you probably have overall approval on it, but still.
Yeah, whoever's approving that then is an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Do you really?
I don't.
Is Roy Keane the one to go to war with?
I think he.
It's not like it's Gabby Agbonlor.
I think it.
Or one of us.
I think it cut deep for him. But he now needs to back it up over the next few weeks.
I just think he's put
more pressure
on himself now for no reason.
But I also don't mind a bit of stick. Like fucking give it back if someone gives it to you. Who cares? But then you have to back it up with a performance.
Sometimes that riles players up there, doesn't it?
True, and I do actually think
a reason to play well.
I do actually think Maddison is the type of personality that will spur him on.
Yeah.
I just think why.
But when he gets a goal, I do find he can be very purple, can't he? Like purple patch player.
Yeah, he is.
And this could be.
He's quite streaky.
Roll over this weekend, guys, for £1 million. Make sure you join our Super 6 mini league using the code PTCH24 to join. You can use the link in the description down below. However, I know I said there's a rollover this weekend, but there is actually another round midweek for the Champions League, which is quite exciting.
Are you telling me that people could win £1.1 million by the end of this?
I will.
And £100 classic footy shirt voucher if you're in our league.
£1.1 million plus £200 classic football shirts vouchers by the end of this weekend.
Yeah, that's goddamn right, sir.
Wow.
That right there is what you call beast mode.
Beast mode.
That's right, guys. Sign up now using our link in the description down below.